Alright, good. What's good? It's your boy Jedi. I'm here with a hip hop legend. This is exclusive for RepDatTV, Mr. Cormega.
What's up, big boy?
What's good? What's good? Welcome to London. I know you've been there a few times. Why London, man? It's freezing.
It is. I didn't know that before I got here, but I couldn't miss the opportunity. I love being out here. I like the vibe, the people. You know what I mean? The brethren.
Better you than me, man. I'm swap places right now. This snow is killing me.
Yeah. I'm planning to escape to Jamaica soon, so
yeah,
that'll make up for this.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, what you been up to? What's going on for you? Let's go back in time for people that don't really know who Cormega is. Mm-hmm. Who are you?
Just black man trying to make $1.
I like the humble answer. How long have you been? You're a rapper. How long have you been rapping?
I've been rapping for quite some time. Long. I've been rapping for a long time. I'm a Jedi almost, and I've been on a couple of albums, and people in London seem to appreciate my craft. So
yeah, definitely. I think what you're most noted for is your real approach to your lyrics. Mm-hmm. You got an album called The Realness. Mm-hmm. To me, I think that's a classic.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So can you talk us through some of the inspirations in those tracks? Like what got you to write the tracks on The Realness?
The Realness was a chip on my shoulder album. When I made The Realness, I got my release from Def Jams. Mm-hmm. They had me on the shelf, and I went up there and I said, I just want to just let me go, because y'all gonna kill my career by having my album on the shelf. Mm-hmm. So I went to Def Jams, and I wanted my album back, The Testament. So I had another record deal with another label, TVT. They was gonna sign me, and they wanted to put out The Testament. So I went back to Def Jam, and they raised the actual fee that they wanted for the album. Because like when you get out of your contract, you have to pay
them off.
So my original deal was for $250,000, which is $250,000. So I signed my deal like 1996, and I was trying to get my release like 2000. So music doesn't appreciate. Yeah. I'm not Tupac, where I didn't have nothing out. Mm. So the music depreciated. In other words, it was standard for, if you're getting out of your contract, it's supposed to have a settlement number. So if my deal was $250 and the music sat there for 5 years, they should have said give us $150,000 back, yeah, or et cetera, or even if they want their $250, give us $100,000 and we'll get the rest of $250 out of royalties, et cetera, from your TVT deal. Mm. Def Jam said we want $350,000. So that right there was them giving me the middle finger. It was like saying fuck your career. Like, yeah, we're gonna put our foot on your throat. So I was devastated because I didn't think I had another album in me at that time. Mm. I wanted The Testament back. So me making The Realness was basically saying fuck y'all, you're not stopping me. So I went to the studio on some chip on my shoulder shit, like I hate the industry because I see what they do. It's bad enough y'all ruin careers, but y'all trying to ruin my livelihood. Y'all trying to stop, I'm trying to come back fair and give you your bread, but you want more. That's wrong. So I went in the studio with a chip on my shoulder to show them, yo, you're not stopping me. Yeah. So I went in the studio, song after song after song after song. Before you know it, The Realness was done, and the rest is history. I did not think I would be in London 11 years later talking to you about it. I just did it to show people that I can make an album, and I got an album. I didn't know where my life was gonna go after that. I didn't even know I was gonna be here after that. It's just a blessing.
So The Realness made you the voice of the people, because people really embraced the realness you were spitting, and you got true meaning. Mm-hmm. What's the essence of true meaning? What was the idea behind the title in the first place?
The true meaning was special to me because I wanted people to see I'm the true meaning of an artist, and this is the true meaning of hip hop. Because you gotta understand, when I made The Realness, that caught everybody off guard. Yeah. And in the industry, when they don't want to see you win, they scratch their heads like, how the F did he do that? People like, how the hell is he getting all these sales? How the hell is he getting record spins? People that with power, who's his publicist? All the questions they was asking. It was even to the point where people were making excuses for the success of The Realness. They was like, well, it's because he got the controversy, the beef, or you know, he got lucky. So I said, okay, you think the realness was luck or a fluke? All right, watch this. So I went in, I made the true meaning in under a year. Like the realness came out July 24th, 2001. The true meaning came out June 24th, 2002. That's less than a year's time. So I made the true meaning to show that I'm really an artist. I'm not a one-trick pony. Like, I don't have to make diss records. There was no diss records on the true meaning. Love In, Love Out wasn't even a diss record. The first verse, I said it in a gentleman's way. It wasn't no disrespectful shit. And then the rest of the song wasn't about no rapper. It was about my streets, my friends in the street. That's it. And that wasn't even a diss record. Every other song on there, Live Your Life, is about social things in the world. Therapy, straight lyrical. Everything was like, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't give them, it's like, what's your excuse now? And then I'm the first artist in history to get a Source Award for being an independent artist. I got the Underground Music Awards. They gave me an Impact. Like, how am I gonna get an Impact Award? It's only my second album. So I must be doing something right. So the true meaning was me doing like this. Like what? You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was.
So now, you're a legend now. And I'm wondering,
I hate being called a legend.
Well, do you know what? You have to bear the responsibility of the craft that you've come up with. So if the skills deserve it and the people, you're definitely voted for by the people. So you don't have to be self-proclaimed legend. Okay. But if after 11 years your music is still relevant, every single verse, then I think that you deserve the title legend.
I never thought about that.
That's what I'm saying. Because right about now, we got today's legends. I'm gonna ask you straight, what do you think about the state of the game? If I'm not happy with your answer, I'm gonna pick out names.
Oh boy.
The state of the game today, 2013.
The state of the game right now, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, 2012 was very encouraging for rap because I seen a lot of the veterans started coming back and making some good albums, and then a lot of the new artists started coming out and making some good albums and making noise. And I'm not just talking about rap. Like I discussed earlier, this guy named Miguel made a lot of noise, and you had a lot of rappers making a lot of noise. You have Jamaican artists, reggae artists making a lot of noise. So creativity is starting to sneak back around, and I'm happy about that. Like last time I came out to UK, I didn't even know that the UK had a movement. There's a big movement going on out here with the UK rappers, and I'm like, wow, I never seen it before. Yeah. I might have heard of a rapper before, but now it's a handful, like more than a handful. There's dozens of rappers out here that's really making an impact. Even if it didn't reach America yet, still it's an impact out here, and it has to start somewhere. So I'm encouraged by that. The thing I'm discouraged by is the older rappers, like even in the street, you learn from the OGs, and if they don't teach you or if they don't respect you, then you move otherwise. Yeah. So a lot of the OGs in rap it's like an OG in the street got bad work, and he give it to the young dude, but he still want his money back. Yeah. You jerking them because you giving them poison. Like the older dudes, they bragging and they flossing, but they not telling dudes how to accumulate. Cause money is like a meal, man. It's gonna be good, but you know, it's gonna be gone in a minute. Yeah. So they're not teaching them how to maintain that
longevity.
They'll tell you, ball till you fall. Who wants to ball till they fall? Don't ball till you fall.
Where's your business strategy? Tell us how you keep your money.
You don't ball till you fall. You ball, and then when you can't ball no more, you buy the motherfucking team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yo. So it's like the older artists, when you see the older artists talking about Molly and shit like that, or the older artists talking about you can't afford this, get that, or you see the older artists coming on stage with these $300 bottles of champagne and stuff, the younger artists want to try to do that. So you're recycling a detrimental behavior for us. Yeah. So I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling Molly. I didn't even know what the hell Molly was.
I still don't know I can't get a straight answer. What's Molly?
It's a drug.
What kind of drug?
Bad drug. It's like ecstasy on steroids. Molly. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, really? Like when I was growing up, fiends used to keep that shit to themselves. Yeah. Imagine crackheads being like, yo, I smoke crack and happy about it. Like, you a fucking addict. Don't brag about Molly. Yeah. Keep that shit to yourself. Cause you might end up fucking dying from that shit. So now you got all these young motherfuckers want to use Molly because you're an addict. Shit ain't cool. I'm not feeling that.
So you're not feeling the blowing money fast movement?
Blowing money fast, it's not, who's it benefiting? Because at the end of the day, especially when you're a rapper, because when you're a rapper, look, a record is sold for $10 retail, and then retail sells it to you, right? The company is gonna get $10 out the gate. And then when they sell it to the store, then the store boosts up the price so the store can make a profit. So the store might buy it for 10, and then they'll sell the CDs for $15 or whatever. So that's how they make their profit. So they make them $4 off every record, and then the labels make it $10 off every record, minus their expense. And the artist is getting what? Something cents. So you're getting shit out of the deal. You're getting it's like perpetual fuckery because you're getting less money out of everybody, and then once you burn yourself out and don't got no money, a label makes 10 million when the CD goes platinum. Now, think of 20, let's think of 20 platinum artists. Just think of 20 platinum artists on your own free time. I bet you out of that 20, you've seen it in the news, they're having financial problems or da-da-da-da-da. So you're talking about platinum artists here that are suffering financially, but labels, there's dudes in labels that you don't even know who the fuck they are because they're not trying to shine, they just work, and they're rich as shit. Like you hearing executives from labels, I'm retiring. And not even old and they're retiring. Why they retiring? Because they made so much fucking money they could retire. Whereas the artists, or the singers, or the actors, you know, they get fucked so much, they get the penny, they getting pennies off of dollars while these guys are making dollars off of dollars. So for you to perpetuate that myth of this is lifestyle, such and such from rap, do this, buy that, you selling us out. You selling the younger brothers out, and you selling the newer artists out, because they're re-following your mistakes.
Alright, before we get to that point,
let me get okay. I don't want to violate you guys shit.
So let me ask you a question. Is it cool to be a prison officer?
I mean, listen.
No, I want the real Cormega.
Let me tell you.
Hi, my name is Jediah. How you doing? Yeah. Oh yeah. What'd you do? Oh yeah. I'm a prison officer.
Alright, I'm gonna give it to you like this. I just met you. If I meet you and you're a Jedi and you're a prison officer and that's what you do and you're fair to the brothers, you're not the brother you're not acting like a overseer at a slave plantation. You're not that CO. Because even in jail in the worst condition, when I was in jail, there was a brother named Sharif who was the CO. He was good to me, and he was a Muslim brother. He used to come to my cell sometimes, talk to me at night, like, yo, you good, brother? Sometimes he gave me stuff from the street, nothing illegal, like, you know, gave me stuff, gave me a book, He was a good brother. If I just meet you and you're a correctional officer and you're like, I'm Jedi, you know, I'm a fan of your music and I'm a correctional officer, and you going home after that to your family, that's one thing. But if you perpetuating a different lifestyle and you're honest about that. See, let me tell you the thing about me. While I'm not a judgmental as I used to be. If you're honest, if a dude is gay and he, why's my phone still ringing? That's you or me?
Better not be me.
Oh, that's me. Hey, hold up. If a dude is gay and he says he's gay and he's honest about it, I could respect that. Even if I don't condone, even if that's not my lifestyle, I could respect the truth rather than you playing like you some womanizing dude, but you fucking with men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a CO and you admit it that you're a CO, I could respect that. You know what I'm saying? Or only thing I can't respect is only honesty I can't respect is a snitch. Like you be like, I snitched.
But you gotta be a snitch to be a prison officer. It's part of the game. You take an oath. You get put in situations like if you've been in jail.
If you're a prison officer, you're not a snitch because that you're on a total. See, that's the thing. See, look, I'm not even mega right now to rap. Now I'm on the streets. When you're in the streets, it's them versus us. Them is the system, the judicial system, people that work with it, within it, etc., etc. Us is the streets, or the people that's in that life. Now, if you're a regular guy, like let's just say there's a guy named Tommy. He works. He doesn't have nothing to do with the street, and somebody ends up shooting him, and he goes to the court. And he makes a complaint. He's making a civilian complaint. I'm not gonna be happy about him. I'm not gonna be proud of what he did, but I can't knock him because he's not in our world. Now, if you in the street and you busting your gun, or you selling drugs, or you living that life, or you have that reputation, and then you tell, then you snitched straight up. But if you, the guys that are police officers or COs, I can't say they're snitches because they're on the opposite side of the team.
So you see a direct, you see
there's
a middle line, but this middle line, I'm asking, if you're working for a system that perpetuates oppression against a wide range of people,
yeah,
and if in fact encourage them to live a lifestyle to keep you in a job policing them, because there's no money, there's no options, so they get pushed out. It's not education, it's more prisons. You are now perpetuating that, so then you are a overseer, regardless.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said.
And Tommy's gonna call an overseer and help an overseer keep doing that overseeing job.
And that's why I said to you earlier, I could respect the ones that aren't overseers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Sharif, there's a CO named Sharif. He's a Muslim brother. He's in America. I respect him. You know what I'm saying? He's not one of those dudes that's gonna kick your cell in and throw your shit all over the place or violate or turn his head blindly while other COs whip your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect them. You know, and I don't got no love for most COs because I went to jail for a CO and I didn't even do it. Like a CO said that I robbed him. You know what I'm saying? And took a CO's gun. Like they said I took a correctional officer's gun. Like I didn't need, first of all, it was a fucking, I think it was a revolver, a 38 or something. I could look at my paperwork. What the fuck I'm gonna do with a revolver? And I had a fully automatic machine gun and 4.5s. I'm not bragging about it, but it's a known fact. Like it's known. So what I'm gonna do with a 38 when I could have gave that motherfucker a 38.
Yeah.
So I went to jail because this correctional officer lied on me. And I've been in jail where motherfuckers, I've been in a box. Fuck jail, I've been in a box. Like, you know, the punishment shit. I've had COs standing in front of me, you know, yelling in my face or my hand against the wall. Or I've came back from child and my whole cell is just ruined. My stuff, all my personal stuff on the floor, my sheets, you know what I'm saying? I've been through that. I know what it's like. I've been on a visit. I know how it feels to come off a visit, that humiliating, demoralizing feeling. First thing you gotta do is squat. Yeah. Like these niggas that talk about jail and they raps, they not talking about that because they ain't been through that.
So I'm saying that's part of an officer's job. So a guy that does his job and does his job well. Yeah, because you know where I'm going.
I know where you go.
And then he decides, I don't know, I don't want to do this job no more. In fact, what I want to do is rap. So he's chosen, Rick Ross has chosen two sides to represent. And I want to know how you feel about that. Because really and truly, he's not out there talking about black people get along, poor people, let's unite, let's make a change, I can do this, feed the world, make it a better place. He's talking about 30 bricks of white, and I want to know, because I mean, he's influencing a culture that you have helped you've helped to grow and nurture, especially when it comes to content and realness in lyrics and not bragging about a certain negativity, but spitting it how it is. How do you feel about, what's your views on that whole kind of camp and that kind of people that see contradictions or are living contradictions, rather?
I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, if you know me, you know how I feel. Yeah. Like you know how I feel about certain shit, but I don't know. It is what it is, man. I can't, it is what it is.
Yeah. So is there any planned collaborations? You done any collaborations with Rick Ross, MMG? Any work coming out soon?
I don't recall doing any. I don't recall doing any of them songs.
I hear that. Obama has been inaugurated.
Obama, I just had this discussion about Obama earlier. I'm not the type of dude that one of the biggest misconceptions amongst the black community in America well, let me not even use the word black because I just learned about that. I'll get into that later. But one misconception, and for sometimes people have pride about the wrong things and at the wrong time. It's like everybody had this pride thing, black pride thing. I'm gonna vote for Obama because I'm black. Like that was ignorant philosophy, and I mean, I congratulate when he first got voted in for his first election, his first term. I was proud to see a man of our color achieve that stage, that that level. But at the end of the day, I can't judge you on your color. I have to judge you by your commitment and your conviction and what you're gonna represent. Now, people will argue firmly about, well, you should vote for him because he's black and da. Well, my thing would be, so is the people in Africa that he's sending drones out to attack. So you can't use the color line, you can't use the color thing to glorify one thing and look blindly to the other. So, you know what I'm saying? He is the face of America is a big corporation. They should just turn to America the corporation instead of the country. It's a business. He is the face of the business. Like Ronald McDonald's the face of McDonald's, but he's not the one that's creating that menu.
Yeah.
So the face might not necessarily be the brain, or might not be. He doesn't have our interests, because if he did, if he had the interest of the common folk, then there would be a lot of things that could have been fixed. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think about him. I didn't even vote. You know what I'm saying? I just found out that I could vote, to be honest with you, because I was a convicted felon.
Yeah.
And I know now once you're not on parole, you can vote. So one day maybe I'll vote, but I wasn't convinced enough to vote for Romney or for Obama. I definitely wasn't voting for Romney, straight up and down. But Obama, you know who America needs? A Thomas Sankara.
Yeah.
We need a Sankara. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. Or Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what happens to them guys?
You
know what happens to them guys?
know what I'm saying?
So I mean, being someone that's quite good.
Yeah.
Being someone that's quite vocal about what you believe in, you know the dangers that's associated with a free thinker or a free speaker.
Exactly. Life expectancy becomes a little shorter, and you also you tend to get followed around by certain people, things like that. A free speaker, an influential speaker, is more feared than a shooter.
Yeah.
And once you start having knowledge of self, I learned this about, even with me, with certain things that I see. Like, I could do something controversial and get more press in America than when I do something good or positive. Like, I went to Haiti. A lot of people don't know I went to Haiti. A lot of people don't know I did a benefit song, and all the proceeds go to people in Haiti. It was me, Redman, Stickman from Dead President, Fame from MOP, and Still from Smith & Wesson on the song, as well as Maya Azucena. That song is out right now. It's been out. So that song is out. All the proceeds go to Haiti, and it's to a good charity too. Because if it wasn't, you would have heard about that.
Yeah.
They would have shitted on me or whatever. So that was done. Went to Haiti, performed out there for free. Went to the people. You don't hear about that. You don't hear about. I did a coat drive, and that was mostly for people that have AIDS and don't have the money for the medicines. You don't hear about that. You don't hear about, I did another additional concert, like an after party that had nothing to do with the coat drive, because we generated so much coats, I could fill this room up. You know what I'm saying? So then we did another show, and then all the money from that night, that had nothing to do with the coat drive. I could have kept that money. I could have went shopping. I gave all that to an organization. You don't hear about that. You don't hear about Mega was going to Rikers Island to talk to the adolescents, You don't hear about Mega was going to the hospitals to talk to the people, you know, the hospital where people were paralyzed, because 85% of the people that was paralyzed from gun violence are us.
Yeah.
So I went to the hospital to visit. You don't hear about those things. But if I say something about one of these rappers or do something, you'll hear about that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I started to see certain shit. And I started to see when I started doing positive shit. Yo, one time, this is the craziest shit I ever seen ever. One day I made a press statement, I gave it to my publicist, and I swear, her name is Jackie said, you can contact her and ask her. At the end of it, I said power to the people. Yo, when that shit hit the internet, when it went to different media outlets, power to the people part was gone. But if I'd have said a certain rapper's name at the end in a derogatory manner, that would have been there. What's wrong with power to the people? Why was that taken out? So shit like that makes me, you know, it's like, wow.
So what does that make you want to do? Does it make you want to go against the grain?
I mean, it just makes me more aware. It makes me know how I gotta move and the things I gotta do. In my new music, one day, I know who I am. I know what my job is now. Yeah. I know I'm a messiah for street niggas, jail brothers, and shit like that. I know they listen to me. So I know even when I drop real shit, I gotta drop knowledge in there so they don't make my mistakes. Or so they could, you know what I'm saying? Like, me going independent was like an eye opener. Cause there was a lot of rappers that once they wasn't on majors no more, they was done. They wanted to quit. They went back to the street. I know my man Motor Technique, he's a successful independent artist. He was like, I'm one of the dudes that inspired him. Sean Price told me I'm one of the dudes that inspired him. You know what I'm saying? So for them to say that makes me like, wow. And then it's meant, like I said, I got an Impact Award from the Underground Music Awards. I got a Source Award for an independent album. Nobody ever got a Source Award for independent before me. So it's like me doing that shit, that opened a whole lane for a lot of artists. So now it's like I'm gonna open your mind. Like on my new album, I said, cause there's the way they look at us in the media, and even the jokes about us, the toys, they make toys, urban toys with the pants sagging, etc. And there's depictions of us in movies. Like it could just be a scene where you're just passing by the ghetto. They won't show you the guy with the suit on or the neatly dressed guy that's going to work. That's still from the ghetto. They'll show you the guys on the corner or the do-rags and etc. So it's like on my new joint, I said we more than niggas standing on the corner dealing. Jail is a business. They trying to employ our children and destroy our mental. Every day we more conditioned to conform to ignorance and ignore wisdom. A darker pigment gets you 50 shots and cops acquitted, while Mumia dreams of freedom from a cotton prison. Knowledge of self, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm going there.
The jewels on them.
Exactly. So it's like I'm giving you that. I'm giving you the mega shit, but I'm giving you real shit, and I'm combining it, and that's mega philosophy.
A lot of your fans, they might not even know who Mumia is.
And that's where they have to. A lot of people don't know what Molly is, but they found out what Molly was.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know what Gucci was, but they found out what that was. So if you don't want to find who Mumia is, or if I said we need St. Kara's, people need to find out who the fuck St. Kara is. Or they need to find out who Malcolm is. They know who Alpo is. They know who fucking, they know who Al Capone is. How you were from the ghetto, a black dude from the ghetto, you know more about Al Capone than you know about Al Green. It's like, let's get it right. Let's get our minds right.
Definitely. So they've changed the genres.
Yo, keep this for the camera.
Okay, well, at the end of the day, there's been times when we took a negative and we tried to embrace it and flip it in our own way. Like the word nigga is something that we shouldn't use, but a lot of people use it as a term of endearment. That's my nigga, or what up nigga, or, even though we shouldn't. But the fact that they said you can't use the word black out here to describe us as a people, in a way, that's really a blessing in disguise. Because at the end of the day, we aren't black. Like, if I call a guy I know named Mike from Queens, he's Jewish. If I say, Mike, what are you? He's gonna tell me I'm Russian. How do I know he's Russian? Because he told me he's Russian. Or if I ask my friend Eton from California who he is, he's gonna say, I'm Jewish. So at the end of the day, what is black? Black is a color. Africa is a place. We're not black, we're African. A fact you can't erase. So if they say, don't use black, that's a blessing in disguise, because we know what? We're not black. We're African. So, okay, you don't want to call it black music, call it African music.
Yeah.
Because that's what we are. We are misplaced Africans. We are transported Africans. And when we all go to our origins, you know, we was having a conversation earlier, and when the young lady's in here is originally her origin is Vietnam. Okay. So she knows what she is. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we don't even know who we are. I don't know what my language is. I don't know how to speak my dialect. Sometimes, if I go to one of my white friends' houses, sometimes, my friend, sometimes he gets on the phone and starts talking to his mother, like Russian. Mm-hmm. Or somebody might speak, you know, whatever they speak. I don't know what my tongue is. Tongue. You know what I'm saying? So when I go to Africa, I'm just going, I've never been there, but when I do go, I'm just going to embrace it for what it is. But I don't know my culture. I don't know my tongue.
Why have you ever been?
I'm going now. Yeah. I've never been there before because I just didn't do it. But it's a priority for me now.
Time is right.
Yeah.
What parts do you think you're gonna go and visit?
I want to go to Ghana. I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Ghana first. I think I'm going to go to Ghana first. I wanted to go to Somalia, but I don't want to go there because I heard
it's a bit deep.
Yeah, it's a little heavy out there right now.
They'll love you out there though. I don't. You know, the media might tell you that it's heavy out there, but you never know what's out there, like what it's like out there for yourself.
That's real. That's real. Well, Ghana is definitely on the agenda. Ghana, and I want to go to Egypt. But if they don't want y'all to use the word black, don't. Because at the end of the day, we African. Yeah. You're Africans. You just live in Britain. I'm African. I just live in America. And my friends, all my friends that are Puerto Rican, they ask them what they are. I'm Puerto Rican. Every year or every few years, some of them go to Puerto Rico. My friend Rick, he's Dominican. He lives in America his whole life. He goes to Dominican Republic. He knows he's Dominican. They're proud. They know who they are. So fuck it. We can't use black in UK. Fuck it. We ain't black anyway. Black is a color. Yeah. Straight up.
You ready?
Yeah.
I want to get onto your new CD with Large Professor.
Okay.
What's the title?
Mega Philosophy.
Mega Philosophy. When is that out?
That's gonna be out as soon as we finish. We almost done. So I'm predicting probably summertime.
Yeah. Can you let us know about any of the tracks you got on there, any of the collaborations?
Well, I'll just let you hear some of one of the tracks a little while ago.
Yeah.
And when I was talking about the I can't use the word black, African stuff on that. I also have a song with Me and Nature on there. That's a great song. Yep. I got a song with me and Black Rob. I have a track with me, AZ, Redman, and Styles P that is gonna blow people's minds. I'm trying to get Chuck D on my album, so if time permits, I'll have Chuck D on there. And there's a sister from out here that I'm trying to get on the album. She's from Zimbabwe, and I was introduced to her singing the other day, and I was mesmerized. So I want her on my album, and if everything pans out right, she'll be on the album also.
Okay, so you've been enjoying making this CD. Like, what's it been like? I mean, how long has it been, the hiatus between your last CD and this one?
My last real Cormega CD came out in 2009. So, and I was born and raised. And after that, I put out a best of, which is Raw Forever. So you can never count a best of because there's nothing new on there.
Yeah.
So I did want to come out with an album in 2012. That was my intention. But I started working on this thing with Large Pro, and then one thing that I do, I never compete with myself and I never compete with my team. So being that Large Professor was almost finished with his album, we put our energy into that. And he actually took one of my songs that was a strong song and put it on his album. So I said freak it, because I did so many features. I was on Public Enemy's album last year. I was on Large Pro's album. I was on a few albums. So I was on a lot of features, so that held me down. But I wanted to finish my album. So now we're in the stages of finishing it, and when it's done, I think the brothers are gonna be happy with it.
That's wicked. You used to be in a firm with Nas, Foxy Brown, and other artists.
AZ, you can't forget AZ.
AZ, definitely. If you could be back in the 2013 firm with your own members, who from hip hop would you put in there?
If I can make my own group?
Yeah.
I would love to be in a group with MOP, and I don't know who else. I would love to be in a group with MOP.
Yeah.
because they are so consistent and they coming with that raw street energy. Like they are real. Like, you know what I'm saying? MOP, I don't know. MOP and somebody though, I don't know.
No Dead Prez, no
Dead Prez is super real. Dead Prez is so real that like I'm just getting my feet wet into, like, I had knowledge of self, but sometimes the worst kind of knowledge of self is that you have is the one that's muted. So I had knowledge of self, but I still, it's like the guys that call themselves righteous, but they're still selling drugs.
Yeah.
So it's like, I had knowledge to a degree, but I still was indoctrinated to a lot of bullshit. Like Dead Prez is so fully invested in the struggle. Like they are for real. So I don't even know if I'm worthy enough to be in a group, in a setting with a Dead Prez. I have a lot to learn before I get with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to build with somebody that has way more knowledge than you. So, you know, I would have a lot more learning and real posturing to do before I could consider myself on that level with them.
What do you prefer to do? Do you prefer to just spit, freestyle, you know, just 32 bars, blah, 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 go on? Or do you prefer the tight structures?
The structure?
Yeah.
It depends. When it comes to rhyming, I'm a jack of all trades. Like, I love spitting. When I first started, I didn't even know how to do 16s. I used to just spit. And then as I got, the realness is what made me really like doing songs. Once I did the realness, I realized I knew how to make songs. I never knew I knew how to make songs. I just was making it and hoping people liked it. But now I like the structure of songs. But I know, as somebody that's a lyricist, you have to spit sometimes. People just want to hear you go wild out on some tracks. So I do both. But crafting a song is more difficult than just spitting. That's why I like crafting the song, because there are guys that are incredible rappers that will never make a good album. So the being able to make songs is real, is an art within itself.
And what do you think about, because I know you're heavy into the whole what do you think about the scene now?
I think the scene with the battle rap shit is getting to be a little niggerish sometimes. When I say that, I mean, it's like, when I say niggerish, I mean niggerish in the worst way. Like the ignorant shit. Like we could do shit without looking ignorant. Like when there's battles, there's only one group of people that you're gonna see in each other's face and actually throwing fists. And that's some of the shit we gotta clean up. And back in the day when people used to battle, you could battle somebody without disrespecting him with a rhyme. You don't have to disrespect somebody in a rhyme to beat them in a battle. Like when Cannabis and LL was going at it, he was spit. You might say something slick. You could say something slick without being disrespectful. Nowadays, dudes are saying some disrespectful shit in these battle raps. So it's like, it is what it is, but I like it to a degree. The disrespectful shit I don't like. And like I said, especially nowadays, because a lot of dudes nowadays are getting into the game older. Like dudes is getting deals in their 30s now, more frequently than back in the days. So when you're young and you like I had songs like back in the days. I had a song called "Sex, Drugs, Bitches, and Money." You will never hear Cormega performing that song ever again. I would never make a song like that. But when I was younger, maybe that was my mind frame. As a grown man, I would never do that. So certain things that battle rappers, I've been to a battle rap recently, and I was watching, and some of the shit that dudes were saying, I was like, I don't even know how I would have took that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we might have to fuck him up. Like, certain things, certain lines you just don't draw. So, when you're young and you're doing that ignorant shit, sometimes you get to reflect on it. But when you like I said, you got these dudes are grown men doing ignorant shit, and it's just, I don't know.
I hear that. And you're gonna be on there for 10 years. You got to select a CD. Only one CD you got to play over and over. They can't be a compilation CD, but you can't cheat.
If I'm on Desert Island for 10 years.
10 years.
And I can only have one CD.
One CD.
That CD will be the CD that tells me where the water's at. The Directions to Water album.
Now, what would you pick? So basically, what I'm asking you is for an all-time classic.
If I can only have one album on a Desert Island,
It's
Let
hard.
me think about this right now. I'm gonna tell you right now what it's gonna be. Michael Jackson, Living Off the Wall.
What?
That album is crazy.
Okay. There you have it.
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so what are you saying? We wrapping up?
Yeah, is there a chance we
Yeah. Yeah, this is Jediah. Been here for RepDatTV with a man called Cormega. Repping.
You already know.
Peace, man. That's it.